Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. Thanks everyone for coming back, and for my new subscribers, welcome. I appreciate you guys, and for all of those who have purchased personal readings from me, I appreciate that as well. And so yeah, um, please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and if you like the video, please do like the video, as that does help to keep the channel going. As well as, I'd like to thank those of you who bought me cups of coffee. There's been a couple of you who have donated to the channel. That really does help, and it does keep the channel going. And so yeah, it's been my pleasure to read for you. I like doing these videos, and so thank you for tuning in. So today's readings are a bit shorter than usual, but we do have five of them, so a little bit more choice. And the topic of the reading is, how does your person feel for you? So how do they feel for you? Your romantic love interest, how do they feel? So the first choice is option one, and option one is Jinn. These are the dark crystal playing cards. So I'm a fan of the show. I just thought I'd use these for something different. This is number one. Then this Joker card here, I think it's got the Skeksis and some other things on there. No, actually, shame on me. That's not the Skeksis, that's the Mystics. Well, sort of the same thing if you've ever seen the movie. This is two. There we go. The little girl's name, what's her name? Kira. Oh my goodness, where's my brain? So that's number three. And Fizzgig, I know Fizzgig's name. Gotta love Fizzgig. Number four. And then Kira and Jinn together, and Fizzgig. That's number five. Okay, so for one more time, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the timestamps, as always, are in the description box below, and yeah, just go with your intuition wherever you are drawn. And if you find that the choice that you selected doesn't resonate, you can always pick another option. And yeah, enjoy the reading. Option one, thanks for tuning in. So this is your reading on how your person feels for you. I went ahead and pulled an oracle card and a message from your person card to set the tone for the reading here. And what we've got for you is, your person says, I'm facing the consequences of my actions. So evidently they're facing the consequences of their actions. And then I pulled an archetype card. So this represents you to your person. We got the networker. It did come out in reverse. So there's an emphasis on the shadow attributes. And the shadow attributes are that the networker conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. So your person may be feeling that way about you. If not, don't take that message. Other parts of the reading might resonate if this doesn't, but it came out in reverse, so I am compelled to emphasize that. However, the light attributes of the networker is enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. So it's all about, sharing information to bring about unity, and being the embodiment of social awareness and empathy. Okay, so you have both light and dark attributes to you as the networker, and this is how your person's viewing you. Okay, so let's look at the tarot here. Think about the person that you came to this reading for, and I'm going to shuffle the cards here. Spirits, angels, and guides. For those who chose option one, how does their love interest feel for them? How does their love interest feel for them? For option one. How does option one's love interest feel? How does option one's... Ooh, I like it when the cards are talkative. So far, pretty positive. How does option one's love interest feel? Wow. Okay. Oh, we've got two cards. I'll do this. Some of you might have been married or in a commitment before, and you could be taking a time out or be separated from this person. This person might have separated from you. That might be why they say they are facing the consequences of their actions, if that's the case. Could have been some of them wanted to party and have a good time too much. Potential third party situation, but I'm not getting that very strongly. I do feel like your person looks at you as family, as someone that they can have a marriage or higher level commitment with, a home with, could grow old with, someone that they, like I said, perhaps some of you were married to this person or engaged to this person, but you had fun together. Could have started off as friends. Some of you could be married, yes, I said that, but also like a mother or a father to this person's child. If you're the feminine, they view you as a potential mother figure, and if you're the masculine, then this is someone that is a mother figure to you. Spirit, give us more information here. How does option one's person feel for them? How does option one's person feel for them? Somebody could have been, just a little bit too easygoing or go with the flow with regards to their friends and what their friends wanted to do and with regards to having a good time. Maybe they were a bit immature or irresponsible pertaining to a party atmosphere type setting, but take what resonates. How does option one's person feel for them, Spirit? I feel that, with you, they know that they have to put in the work, that you deserve a mature and stable, grounded relationship, and that even though you're hard work, you're worth it, because you're lovely. They think that you're lovely. They think that you are someone of high value. How does option one's person feel for them, please? There was, some sort of a betrayal here, more than likely, with regard to perhaps not abiding by a commitment. I do see some mental pain. If it's not about a third party or breaking up, then it might be about just this, your family is not, or their family is not 100% supportive of this connection, or that your connection disrupts the status quo in some way, in a way that causes one or both of you mental anguish. How does option one's person feel about them? They might be feeling that you allow, either you won't fall into line into a traditional role and this causes them a headache, or you allow your family to interfere in this connection in some way. How does option one's person feel for them? Yeah, there's some sense of immaturity here, an unwillingness to learn some lessons regarding having a good time. Let's see. Spirit, clarify the Hermit in reverse, please. Clarify the Hermit in reverse. Wow. Well, that didn't help. Came out on its side. All right. There we go. Okay. I feel like You've come to sort of a stagnation period with this connection, in terms of taking a break from it, because there's a lot that you need to think about as far as this connection goes. It's been sort of a battle, and I think your person thinks that you're resting from this battle that you've gone through together. Um, I think that they think that you perhaps are not learning your lessons. This is what the cards are saying. Not learning your lessons, or distracting yourself with social activities, so being a bit immature. Maybe hang out with your girlfriends or guy friends too much to avoid really working on the connection, or doing some inner work or mental work with regard to the connection, and maturing in the connection. It's coming through very strongly for someone. So take what resonates and forget what doesn't, as always. Another card for how this person feels for option one, how their love interest feels for option one. Okay. Yeah, nevertheless, they do feel, that you are a lovely person. They do feel like they can have a warm home with you, that you are their home together, that you are comfortable with one another. For those who resonate with twin flame soulmates, the Four of Wands can indicate a twin flame soulmate connection. Not that this person knows that terminology, but they might. They could be sensing that you are a soulmate. They could be wanting you back if you are apart. But there is some sort of an immaturity here with this, with the shadow attributes being conveying information only for personal gain, spreading fear and falsehood. They might feel like you're gossiping or talking smack. Okay. For those of you who are resonating, probably those more so resonating with separation. This person evidently has done something, right, with this card, and that you can be upset about. But let me show you what I'm getting here. We've got the Three of Cups and the Knight of Swords in reverse. So that's where I'm getting this, like, sort of immature energy. And then the Hermit in reverse talks about not learning lessons. And the Four of Swords talks about taking a break and meditating on a situation. So I feel like your person feels like you're taking a break, meditating on the situation. Okay, that you need to heal, and there's healing that's needed here in this connection. So if you're, you might be a bit distant from this person right now. And I feel like they feel discouraged, or you do, about the connection. So you're really trying to restore your balance here, get more in tune with your needs again, which is very positive. However, with the Hermit in reverse, like I said, the Hermit upright is talking about learning, but with it being in reverse, it can talk about rejecting, wisdom or advice that's being offered to you, not taking the time to evaluate yourself. And so maybe you were like this before when you were in this, when you were in that Knight of Swords in reverse energy. Maybe that was part of what contributed to any conflicts or split in the connection. Or it is, that way according to this person, that, it was that way, but now they think that you have taken steps to go within and sort of get more back in balance, because before you were this reverse knight who sort of just kind of, the reverse knight lacks the intensity and the confidence and the drive of the upright knight, and it can be somebody who is has, like I said, a lackadaisical attitude, being indecisive and confused, or withholding information. Somebody who doesn't always say what they really mean, or who lives in their mind instead of in the real world, or not up to the tasks of everyday living or adulting, so to speak. Um, so you could say that you guys had an argument. These might be some of the things this person said to you. If it's vice versa, put it vice versa, but this is what I'm getting. That's reverse knight is about irresponsible behavior that causes a rift in a relationship. And it can mean dishonesty, and we saw with that networker card in reverse that there was some dishonesty here perceived by your person. And so it could have been, that you were wanting to rebel against commitment and structure, because I do have the Hierophant in reverse as well, which can say the same thing as the Knight of Swords in reverse, that you were wanting to rebel against structure. And in doing so, you were filling your time, with more social activities as opposed to going within. Um, because perhaps you've been disappointed by this person, romantically speaking. Or maybe this is what you've been doing since you split up. You know, um, Either way, I'm getting that, this relationship was no longer fulfilling to you in some way. And so you were having a good time with that Three of Cups. And, some of you might have entertained someone else, if there was a third party situation, it might be on your end. But doesn't necessarily have to be any third party situation, as that card talks about celebration and friendship and fun. So I'm really getting, that you're having fun, focusing on that as opposed to, rising up to the tasks of the connection. But, now you're not so much stagnating, but going within, taking time to sort of meditate on what it is that you really want to get back in balance. But where I'm getting with the ten of Pentacles and the Hierophant in reverse, these both talk about commitment, living together, growing old together. And as this person's feeling for you, um, they feel like they can have that with you, right? The Ten of Pentacles. Um, but perhaps, for those this is resonating, this, you weren't prepared to take on those really serious responsibilities. And again, this could go, vice versa, but this is how it's coming out in the readings. This is from this person's perspective of how they feel. Okay? So the Hierophant in reverse being about commitment when it's in the upright is sort of saying, the opposite when it's in reverse. And it also says, that you're sort of bucking the system, not going with the status quo, not being traditional. And so if there was a breakup in a home, it was because somebody was not wanting to fall in line and be traditional in some way. Is this what this person is saying here? And so we have this sense of betrayal here as represented with the Ten of Swords, as a result of things not going according to plan, so to speak, and someone not listening to advice or listening to reason, someone being in this Hierophant reversed energy where someone longed to break away from old traditions, whether that be religious or cultural, things that no longer served them, somebody wanting freedom, um, wanting to live by their own, philosophy, their own beliefs, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it put, some conflict in the situation. Regardless of, how it manifested, that your faith, this person's faith, has been challenged by the way things have gone in the connection. And so I feel like you're both reevaluating things that you've taken for granted up until now in order to be your own person, in order to be free and do your own thing. Because there's this desire to not feel trapped in a relationship. Perhaps you did feel trapped in this connection in some way, you know. Um, Maybe your person, held most of the power, or they were, dogmatic or judgmental. Dogmatic means like my way or the highway. Okay? And so whatever you did, or are perceived to have done, according to this person, has left one or both of you in this Ten of Swords, which I said before is about exhaustion, feeling like giving up, feeling pain and sadness and betrayal. But the good thing about this card being a 10, it's talking about that the storm has passed, and the clouds will open again. So some of you may be just wanting to make a clean break from the past, so just so that you don't have to feel this pain anymore. But there is pain in this reading. Pain that you're recovering from here. Could have been the strain of caring for a loved one through an illness, like a family member. Okay? But regardless of what happens in this connection, this card says that you can look forward to starting over and being free from the troubles of the past. And I think that's what your person really wants, is for you both to be free from the troubles of the past here. I think they want you to be more, they want you to do more work on this connection, as opposed to whatever else is consuming your time, be it friends or family. There might be a mother who is someone who's playing a significant role in here with this Queen of Pentacles, but it doesn't have to be. And I took that to mean, whether you're a masculine or a feminine, that this person sees you in this light. When I said earlier about looking at you as a parental figure, this queen is a very grounded energy, and is very generous, has a very comfortable feeling. And as we saw at the bottom of the deck, this person, or the overall energy here, is one of taking refuge and comfort in one another, in being a couple, and celebrating, even having a wedding, either in the past or in the present, future, some sort of comfort of living together or being in one another's presence. So this is how this person is viewing you, as that person who is very savvy, keen, that you do have these traits, or you have the potential to have these traits. Okay, that they want to have a harvest with you. You could be someone who's very at home in your body and enjoys, your creature comforts and luxuries. I feel like they want to have a mature and sincere relationship with you, or that they view you as that kind of a person, a wife type material, regardless of gender. That you're sexually attractive, that you are sensual, that, potentially you're very good with money, or just simply are very grounded, and you do enjoy the good things in life. And they want to work on that right here with this Ten of Wands. And Ten of Wands is talking about putting in the work on a connection, going from being someone who is sort of lackadaisical, could not care less sort of energy, to someone who puts in the work, and develops strength in a commitment and is responsible. And so both these cards can talk about mature, responsible attitude towards a relationship, and commitment, and supporting, one another through difficult times. And as you sort of meditate and heal from whatever's gone on in the connection, your person is viewing you in perhaps, another light as well. We've got two queens here, and I'm feeling like it could be as a mother figure, a separate person, but I feel like for a lot of you it is just different aspects of your same personality, after, taking a time out and kind of going within, after avoiding going within for a while, then you come out as the Queen of Water, the Queen of Cups, who, both these cards talk about fertility, so take precautions if you don't want to be a parent. I feel guided to tell you that, but this is saying you have strong emotion, strong intuition. This is a card that can indicate change, that they're seeing a change in you, one of where you're more deeply emotional and more compassionate. This queen is more emotional and generally more compassionate in an emotional sense than this queen is, um, although she is also compassionate. This one is more so, so there's a change here. And like I said, you've gone within. You perhaps are showing this to your person through, some sort of creativity, expressing yourself through creativity, or creatively expressing yourself, some way that they're seeing you express yourself that's indicating this change, that you've become more inward, more intuitive, more nurturing, more generous. Although you are still someone who is ruled by your heart, not your head, and can be very changeable and sometimes a bit unreliable. Um, they desire a romantic, sensual, emotional relationship with you. They see you as the type that could have that, and that you're the type that would open up, to them and lavish them with your love. And I think, and this is how they're feeling towards you, that they want to lavish you with their love as well, and to have a sensual, emotional relationship. And, perhaps you could stand to be a little bit more discriminating in who you place your trust and who you confide in. But this is a very fortunate card if you want to have children, or if you do have children with this person. But overall, if you have left the connection, if this person's left the connection, I feel they want to come back and have this happiness with you, and stability and passion with you, because they view you as their person, as their home, with that Four of Wands. Well, that's all I have for you, option one. Thank you for tuning in, and if you'd like a personal reading, details on how to get that are in the description box below. Hit the like button if you liked it. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so, and you can hit the bell notification if you want to receive notifications when I upload a new video. You can leave a comment in the comment section. I like to read the comments. I'm really busy these days, but I do still go through the comments. Unfortunately, I'm not always able to reply, but if you'd like to leave a comment, please go ahead and do so. And I will talk to you next time. Welcome, option two. How does your person feel for you? So I went ahead and pulled a message from your person card and an archetype card to sort of lay the foundation for your reading, and the message was, I want you. Okay, so your person says that they want you, and the child divine came out for you, and it came out upright, which means excuse me, that your person is looking at you through your light attributes, which are innocence, purity, and redemption. Suggests a special connection with the divine. Okay, so this is how your person is viewing you. Someone with a special connection with the divine, redemption, purity, and innocence. And they want you. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards on this. Spirits, angels, and guides. For those who have chosen option two, how does a person feel for them? How does option two's person feel for them, please? Make it clear. How does option two's person feel for them, please? How does option two's person feel for them? How does... Oh, excuse me. Okay. How does option two's... Oh, okay. Talking it out real quick here. Option two. Looks like your person is feeling that you are Very lovely person, intuitive, emotional. They have strong emotions for you. They might not feel like they can communicate that to you right now due to feeling insecure, and or there might be a mother figure who is coming in the mix here. Um, Now, you could possibly be the mother to this person's child. They could view you as that, or it's a separate individual. Let me get another card here. Just please clarify the Queen of Pentacles. Is that another person, or is it the viewer? No, it's you. Okay. So they're viewing you as the mother of their children or the father of their children. Take what resonates. And so I'll show you the cards here. So we've got the Queen of Cups. This is how they feel for you. So you might be changeable. In other words, you think more with your heart than with your head, and so you're prone to like changes of moods. And sometimes you could need to be a little bit more careful in who you place your trust, or just be a little bit more discriminating in general. Um, let's see here. One more card. Clarify the Page of Cups in reverse, please. Why is the Page of Cups in reverse here? And so, yeah, they feel, I just wanted to make sure I was reading that correctly. They do feel like, insecure towards you because you're a queen and they're a reversed page. An upright page is still not good enough for a queen, right? Page is one of the loneliest, perhaps he is lonely or she is lonely, but lowliest is what I meant to say. Lowliest people in the court, and the queen is one of the highest, right? And so they just feel that you're so much better than them. In reality, that's what I'm getting here. So with this Queen of Pentacles, you might have your money together. You could be a manager at your job. You're someone that is very comfortable in your own skin. And if you don't have your finances together, you have this sense about you, like this regal kind of sense about you, that you could have your money together, and you do basically have a keen understanding of the material world, like work, home, and finances in general. There's probably, a side to you that is very practical and wise. You might have earth in your chart, but you don't have to. But you definitely have also an essential side. And you like your creature comforts, like your luxuries, and to be comfortable. A relationship with you, your person feels like you could have a mature, sincere relationship with a lot of sensual and sexual pleasure, and all the good things in life. And it's pretty similar, with that Queen of Cups, because the difference, between the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles is emotion. So not only are you practical, you're also someone who embodies strong emotions. Okay, you're creative, you're intuitive, and compassionate, and like I said, you are probably at times ruled by your heart more than your head, which is kind of different from the Queen of Pentacles. So it shows, two sides to you. You are coming across very much as the child divine with that Queen of Cups. And when you open yourself up to this person, they feel really lavished with your love. And so yeah, it's a deeply romantic side that you have to you. And they just feel, with this poor little page in reverse, inadequate in comparison to you. So if you're not hearing from this person, that would be why. Page in reverse is saying, that you might not be communicating with this person, as pages represent communication, and he is showing up in reverse. It also shows that, whatever insecurities that this person has towards this connection could be something that was rooted in a family situation or an unhappy relationship in their past, something like that, because this is a card of deep insecurity. So it's more than just that you're so fabulous and wonderful, which you are. This person feels that you are, regardless of gender. You're coming up as two queens. It's that um, this person has something in them, some trust issues that make them unwilling to seek love because they want to avoid more suffering. And and they fear rejection, which, if you viewed yourself as a lowly page in reverse, you would fear rejection from two queens too. So it could be that this person just withdraws from you into a fantasy world, and perhaps, some of those issues, speaking of, childhood issues, could be that they were very sensitive when they were young, probably still are, but they just have it buried inside. And when they were young, they weren't accepted or loved, for who they were, for their creative or intuitive, sensitive side. And so they just tried to cover that up. So, this is the reason behind, them pulling away, taking a good hard look at the relationship, if this is really right for the both of you. This thought crosses their mind, and, they just don't want to repeat a pattern of heartbreak and betrayal again that's rooted in childhood. So if this goes vice versa, take it that way, but this is what I'm getting from these cards. They perhaps have opened their heart to the wrong person, in the past, or fantasized that a romantic fling was something more serious than it was and gotten hurt as a result of that before. Or that could be how they're feeling towards this connection right now. Okay, so let's get some more cards on that. For option 2, how does their person feel for them? How does... Well, they feel like the connection is incomplete. That you have unfinished business. That, like, emotionally speaking, there's emotions that haven't been shared that they feel need to be shared. They feel like you understand them on a deeper level, that they don't necessarily need to communicate with you some of the things that I've already said in this reading about the way that they are, about their insecurities, because you see them. You understand intuitively, if this is resonating with you, exactly everything, that I've said about that page in reverse. And I don't feel like you judge them for that. Which is nice. They feel that's nice. They like that about you. They like that you have a good head on your shoulders, that you're learned, you're wise, you're well-read, you're spiritual, and that you have a very fertile, intelligent mind. Clarify this King of Swords. What is this King of Swords doing here? Okay, I feel like this person, they might also have a managerial position or be someone, a force to be reckoned with in their own right. So even though when it comes to emotions, they show up as this page in reverse, in general in their life, they may be showing up as this King of Swords. And the King of Swords is air sign energy, so that is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. And but it doesn't have to be. It could just be in their chart. Most certainly they will have these traits, as the cards are telling me that this is talking about your person. This represents them. And I think they're like shrewdly sort of watching the situation, using their head over their heart. Since their feelings are so upside down towards you, since they feel so insecure towards you, they really rely on their logic and their ego to try to figure out excuse me, how to handle you. They rely on their intelligence, their mental power, their judgment in order to figure out, this connection. There is a spiritual component to them as well, so that is telling me this is a spiritual connection. Um, but this person seems a bit preoccupied with something. I don't know if it's a legal matter or some decision that they're having to make regarding you or something else. He does, this card is a card of someone who comes across as aloof or analytical, very stern. Maybe a couple of you might be surprised to know that his feelings or her feelings are very tender towards you because of this facade. And this could very well be a part of their personality. It's just not. It's not the whole of their personality. But I think that as a result of this person being upside down in their feelings, they sort of tend to gravitate towards people and relationships that are based more on shared interests and ideas rather than passion, because that they can control. Their feelings kind of scare them. Being vulnerable scares them. Feeling inadequate emotionally scares them. So if they're in their ego and they attract egoic relationships that are based more on interests and ideas rather than love and passion, then they feel safer. And I feel like they're watching and trying to assess, if that's going to work with you. Because they would prefer not expressing deep emotions, prefer having a friendly partnership, even with the love interest, keeping it friendly, sort of surface level in a sense. And his fears about losing their independence if they open their heart. Okay? The card that's clarifying that is the Seven of Pentacles, which, yes, it can talk about this person, focusing on their money and trying to grow their finances. As you can see in the Seven of Pentacles, this person is growing their coins, growing their finances. But it's also this person sort of shrewdly assessing the growth of the situation. The appraising it is, this face on him is similar to the face on him in the sense it's kind of just sort of objectively, in a detached manner, assessing the value here in this investment with you. They view a connection, or any connection really, as an investment of their energy, right, and their attention and their time and their emotions. So they want it to bear fruit. They want to make sure that it's a safe enough bet. And so it says here that I feel like they feel there's still more work to do and that they need to be patient here. That you haven't reached the end. If you're in doubt, if you haven't heard from this person, you haven't reached the end with the World card in reverse. This person is probably taking a long time to warm up to what you have to offer, because they are stuck appraising the connection and trying to decide what needs to go, what needs to stay, what to nurture, what to discourage, to improve the harvest, so to speak. Okay, so it's taking a long time, but I feel like this person feels that it's going to be worth it. That if they continue to take small steps, little by little, things are going to improve in the connection, and that it is going to be worth it. And that's why this connection has not ended with that World card in reverse. I feel like this person does have a lot of choices to make. That's why, they're taking it very seriously. I don't think that they really know, which way to go here yet. There are some obstacles that could be standing in the way of their success in their personal life, as well as the success of this connection. And so, even if things have gotten stuck, regardless of your hard work, or regardless of their hard work, they'll just have to wait it out, wait until matters right themselves. And so it could be, that they have these unrealistic expectations. Sometimes we set unrealistic expectations for our relationship because we're secretly afraid of getting hurt, right? And we see this person has been hurt very badly in the past and is afraid of getting hurt. We've seen that. So they need to realize, come down to earth a little bit. And, maybe go back and do more work on something that they thought they have finished. Something regarding, their own development, their own loose ends for their past. Or it could mean that your connection will live up to their highest expectations, but you guys will celebrate it in a private way and not announce it to the world, which, is usually smart, I think. But definitely, I feel like your person doesn't feel like this connection has gone according to whatever plan they might have had, and that there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. And they probably do have frustration about, how slow it's going and developing, as you probably do as well, but happier times await and are just around the corner. And that's what I feel like this person feels. Okay, that was where? Okay. Let's get some more cards here. Spirits, angels, and guides. What else does this person feel towards option 2? For those who have chosen option 2, what does their person feel for them? What else does this person feel towards option 2? What else does this person feel towards option 2? Is there anything else? Well, I do feel like there is a lot of obstacles here, like we already said with the 7. But again, backing up what I just said, with continued effort and dedication, persistence, and actions, they can overcome those obstacles. Okay? Maybe they're viewing you, your defensiveness towards them as an obstacle. That could be. Take it if it resonates, don't if it doesn't. Clarification on the 5 of Pentacles and 3 of Cups, please. Why is that here? Make it clear. Due to lack of cooperation in this connection, there has been the sense of feeling left out in the cold. You closing the door on them closing the door on you, feeling impoverished in some way, whether financially or emotionally, and feeling needy or needs that have not been met. And I'm still a little unclear on this 3 of Cups. Are you going out and having a good time, or this person just thinks you're going out and having a good time? That you know that they need you, but you're keeping, you're also not expressing that. You're keeping that to yourself. You might be expressing it telepathically because we have this spiritual connection and we have the High Priestess. But you might be just out celebrating and having a good time, or they feel that you are. Clarify the 3 of Cups, please. Why is the 3 of Cups here? Thank you. clarify the Three of Cups, which is a card of celebrations, getting together with friends, having fun, cooperating, being with like-minded people. We've got the Two of Wands, which is a card, when it's in reverse, about delays and difficulties. Maybe they want to surprise you at some sort of a function that the two of you might attend. But again, there's this fear of disappointing you or being disappointed, and this is what's creating delays here. And your two reconciling or coming together, as the three can talk about reconciling and coming together. There is a need here. This is the need card, to be honest with this two in reverse, and to be upfront with one another, and to make adjustments. Because both of you are being very detached. We already saw that, and we did get, the Queen of Swords, which is a wise woman, a woman of pain, somebody that's suffered a lot and has turned that suffering into wisdom. And she is the counterpart to this King of Swords. So what these both have in common is that, two cards of the same suit indicate soulmate, but also it indicates honesty and communication. So I feel like this person thinks that the only way that this can happen is if you were to run into each other, perhaps out and about, or reconcile in a friendship capacity. But it would have to begin with communication, like actual verbal communication, as opposed to this sort of telepathic communication. You're in dire need of actual communication. And I feel like you both would be willing to do that. So it is likely that you will reconcile and communicate your thoughts and feelings about this connection. Well, that's all I've got for you, option 2. Thank you for tuning in. And so if you liked it, please hit the like button. If you'd like a private reading, then the details to get one are in the description box below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks again. Welcome, option 3. So how does your person feel for you? I went ahead and pulled a message from your person card as well as an archetype card to get us started. And so the message from your person is, I'm unwilling to trade my security and status even for true love. I wonder what that's about. They're unwilling to trade security and status even for true love. And the card representing you according to your person is Slave. This is an archetype card, so not meant to be taken so literally. It did come out in reverse, which says that their emphasis here is more that the message that you give your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. It almost sounds to me like this person, if they want to choose security and status over true love, it sounds to me like they're the ones that give their willpower to an external authority out of fear. But they're looking at you this way. So it could be they're projecting. Take what resonates, what your intuition tells you. The light attribute of this card is surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. So if you do resonate with the shadow attribute and you want to fix it, then you can do what the light attribute says, which is surrender your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. So let's pull some tarot cards on this for option 3. Angels, spirits, and guides. How does option 3's person feel for them? How does option 3's person feel for them, please? How does option 3's person feel? Okay. returning option 3. I don't know if there has been some distance physically or emotionally between the two of you, or if you've left this situation. Take what resonates, but it looks like somebody's coming back. We'll get more clarification on that. I feel like this person feels like coming back. I feel like this person thinks about you, fantasizes about you, and is weighing their options right now. I feel like there's been some heartbreak in this connection that has really stung. However, that time is ending. Somebody's coming out of heartbreak. Your person's coming out of heartbreak. How does option 3's person feel for them, please? Well, they might feel that you're not that warm towards them. Okay. How does option 3's person feel? They want to be free of expectations and what is controlling them. How does option 3's person feel? Yeah, they want to come back in balance and work on those things that are important to them. They want to test themselves and do their own thing and be free and really work on themselves. Okay, let's break this down. So we've got the 8 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so 8 of Cups upright is about somebody, excuse me, about walking away, somebody walking away. Okay, that's when it is in the upright. But when it is in reverse, it can talk about coming back or choosing to stick something out, to devote themselves to making a situation work. And sometimes it does, when somebody devotes themselves like this. So it could be that your person feels that you are sticking this out, or that they want to. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I woke up with a rough throat. I think it's them, yeah. I'm pretty sure. If I need to clarify, I will, but I think it's them that feels like toughing this out or sticking this out. And devoting themselves to making the situation work. For some of you, it could be that this person is sort of like aimlessly wandering, wandering around without purpose, uncertain of their path, unable to commit to the relationship, in longing to escape. And we did see, I see a couple of cards saying that. So probably, maybe for the majority of you, this person has wandered away and has done so because they longed to escape and do their own thing. For a few of you, this person wants to choose to stick this out. Let's look. They might view this connection as a failed relationship, but I feel like they're holding on to this. Could be due to fear of being alone as part of the reason. Sometimes, however, this can show that, again, that if they put in the work on the relationship, then it could work out. So your person is like a little bit mixed emotions about that. About, what's it going to be? Continue to wonder aimlessly and be uncertain about their path, or come back and stick this out, make this work. And they're weighing their options on that. With the seven of Cups, the 7 of Cups is about weighing options. As you can see, the guy on there looking up at all the options that they have, potential paths they can take, possibilities. Using their imagination, fantasizing about what they might do, what's available to them now, trying to decide. Because nothing is certain. And I feel like your person is letting their intuition as well as their intellect guide them. They might be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, have it in their chart, but don't have to. They would certainly have those traits, though, or you do. This is how they are feeling towards you. But I do feel that they're in the 7 of Cups energy. Maybe you both are. But they are feeling, I do think they still have or do have romantic feelings for you. Yours is probably a very emotional relationship or connection. I feel like you have inspired this person. Um, and, they are really sort of contemplating what they want. And again, indulging in fantasies here. A little bit of magical thinking going on, perhaps. And then we've got the Three of Swords in reverse. So this is where I was talking about there being some sort of heartbreak that they are recovering from. Or perhaps they broke your heart. So take what resonates on that. But there is heartbreak shown here. The good thing, is that this card is in reverse because it says that the situation is healing, or it's not as problematic or severe as it would be if it were in the upright. So, one of the things this person wonders is if maybe, you know, maybe you're making more of an unhappy situation than is necessary, or they made a bigger deal or a mountain out of a molehill, could be, and that this, disappointment between the two of you is temporary and not the end of the world. Um, Maybe somebody exposed or said some truths that hurt, um, but you just know that this card is saying that once you face that, you can improve things. Or this person might have something to tell you that would hurt, but it would improve things. This is what they're considering. But this does, indicate some sort of a painful experience that happened, and someone putting the work in on a past problem here to try to make things better. Okay? Um, there is a need to let go of jealousy, regret, and fear with that card. And, it can sometimes represent accepting a loss and moving on. And we've got the Chariot card, which talks about, moving on, right? So, yeah, so that's where I was saying, for some of you, this person, they're the ones that distance themselves from the connection, um, with that Chariot card. And I feel like, I don't know if they've actually like traveled, very far away from you or not, but this has to do, whatever movement they've made, it's about resolving conflict, you know, um, balancing some sort of conflict or opposing forces within themselves for the most part, but also an attempt to take charge of conflict in the connection. Um, Maybe you guys are competitive with one another, or that was part of, or is part of your problem here. Take what resonates. But this person really has a goal in mind. I feel a personal goal, and there. I think there's a sense of destiny at play. So whatever's happened, it was meant to happen. Um, and this person feels this way. They feel that whatever problems that they have to face, that they can handle it, and that they're keeping up with any changes that are happening, regardless of what area of their life the changes are occurring. Most specifically with this connection, and they've taken left this situation, most likely temporarily. For a lot of you, they've physically left. Others of you, they've just distanced themselves emotionally, and the reason for this is to develop themselves rather than chasing after love. They they might have felt that the timing wasn't right for the two of you. um, if you are currently in a relationship still, this person is just attempting to take control of their conflicting feelings and attitudes to bring about harmony here. Yeah. And then we have Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Earth sign energy, and the Hierophant in reverse. So, this is where I'm feeling like this was this other person that sort of wandered off. I don't feel like you're chasing this person with this Queen of Coins in reverse. Um, you know, I feel like you just don't understand what's happening here. As a result of that, you might be being a bit reckless with your spending. Um, if not, then you might be feeling, some jealousy, or um, be manipulative towards this person, or at least they feel that you are, that you're being jealous and manipulative. Um, Perhaps they think that you're being self-indulgent or not willing to put in the effort here that they want you to in some matter regarding this connection. Um, or it could be that they just see, that you are just fed up with their crap. You're burnt out on the whole situation. So take what resonates. It'll be different for each of you. Take what messages from this reading apply to your situation and leave those that don't. This is a card that talks about unhappy relationship based on security, status, or wealth. And in some cases, it can represent like an obsession or sexual excess, or being with someone, um, trading sex for financial benefits. So we saw with their message to you that they're unwilling to trade security and status even for true love. So I feel in that respect, this card is talking about them. So if by leaving this connection, it broke both of your hearts, it could have been for them to be with someone else who could benefit them more financially. Now that might only apply to a couple of you, but this is what the cards are saying. Maybe other aspects of the reading will resonate, or another reading. You can choose another reading if you'd like, but this is what I'm getting, that if this person wandered away from you, it had to do with some unhappiness in the connection, and the desire for security and status and wealth here, while at the same time showing up in the Hierophant in reverse, wanting to be free from that too. And we did see the Slave card, which talks about giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own decisions. So while they're kind of projecting that on you, like I said at the start of the reading, I feel like with this Hierophant in reverse, they that's really representing them, isn't it? Based on this reading, that they feel trapped in some sort of relationship or connection because they're afraid to, upset their social or cultural or religious, belief system. And perhaps, they feel like somebody holds more of the power, or is more like my way or the highway, or more judgmental here. This is very interesting. Spirits, clarify the Hierophant in reverse, please. Why is that here? Perhaps, your person is viewing you as staying or wanting to be with them, out of fear of being alone and for financial status reasons. And that you don't really love them. This is interesting. It might only resonate with a couple people, but regardless, I'm just wanting to see how this story plays out. So we had the four. Where did that go? The Four of Pentacles in reverse came out to clarify the The High Priestess, or the High Priestess, the Hierophant in reverse, and the Four of Pentacles in reverse is a card about letting something go. Fear of losing control in a relationship, sensing that your power is dwindling, feeling insecure. Perhaps, someone depends on another person for financial support and feels trapped in the relationship. So if this person is involved with someone else that you know of, then they're with this person for financial reason and are afraid to leave it for that reason. If you know that's not the truth, then your person is feeling towards you that that this is you, that you're looking for someone, or you do depend on them for financial support, even though you know they've broken your heart, or yeah, they've broken your heart, or you don't really love them, or you do love them, but it's not like 100% true love. This is what your person is feeling. Okay, angels, give me one more card. Just an overall card for clarification and guidance for yeah, let's give an overall card for clarification and guidance. So for overall clarification and guidance, we got the Six of Cups in reverse. So lots of blocked energy in the connection. So what is this saying here? um, I think it says, it warns not to be stuck on the past. We're reminiscing about the good old days. I think this person, feels that they are stuck on the past, reminiscing about the good old days, and as a result, they can't find happiness in the present moment. I think it's, saying that whoever this person is who is in a connection out of fear, and for status reasons, that it's time to grow up and leave childhood fantasies behind, that there's no one that's going to take care of you. And, for those of you that resonate with this person perhaps being involved with someone else, I feel like, your feelings will remain very strong for this person, but that you're being guided to take a more mature approach to this relationship, whatever that means for your situation. Well, so that's all I've got for you. Thank you for tuning in, and if you liked the video, go ahead and hit the like button and leave a comment down below if you'd like to. I do read the comments, although I'm very busy, I don't always get to respond to them. I do appreciate your comments though, and if you would like to get a personal reading from me, the details on how to do that are in the description box below. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome, option 4. How does your person feel for you? Angel, spirits, and guides, please tell us how option 4's person feels for them. I actually did go ahead and pull a message from your person card as well as an archetype card before starting, so let's see what they have to say. Don't focus on my options, you're the only one I want. So option 4, your person says, don't focus on their options, you're the only one they want. Nice. Well, kind of nice if they don't have very many options. But regardless, they say don't focus on those. And excuse me, how your person is feeling towards you is that you're an athlete, with the athlete archetype card. The light attributes of the athlete is dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, and development of personal willpower and strength of spirit. So they see you as somebody who develops your personal willpower, has a very strong spirit, that you are dedicated to transcending any physical limitation. So they see you as a very, remarkable person, a strong and dedicated person, dedicated to bettering yourself. No wonder you're the only one they want, right? So now we can turn to the tarot. For option 4, how does your person feel towards them? How does their person feel towards them? option 4's person feel towards them, please? How does option 4's person feel towards them? Make it clear. How does option 4's person feel towards them? Wow. I feel like they feel like you're an awakened person. You're an enlightened person. Perhaps you've gone through some sort of a major change or had a second chance at life, so to speak. How else does option... excuse me. Jeez. Okay. Another card for how option 4's person feel towards them. I think there's a need to be honest here. There might need to be some adjustments made in a rocky connection. Perhaps a second chance needs to be given. Potentially someone gave up. Potentially a fire sign. Doesn't have to be what would have those qualities to their personality. How does option 4's person feel? Down or up? Up. Thank you. They do view you as somebody who's very self-sufficient, very lovely. Regardless of gender, you're lovely and you're attractive. You have master of your own domain, have your own money in your own home, take care of yourself very well. Very earthy and sensual. Maybe a lover of animals. They find all of that very endearing and attractive. Could be Capricorn as well, but take what resonates. How else does option 4's person feel towards them? It looks like they feel like they've lost an opportunity with you. They've missed an opportunity. They feel depressed. They feel unhappy in their current circumstances. They see you looking lovely, and they're just sitting here bored, having missed an opportunity to make you their world. And they want a second chance. They want to move towards you. They have a lot of passion and desire for you. If they've gone away, it was in part to work on themselves. How else does option 3's person feel towards them? I mean option 4. Spirit knows what I mean. Spirit, how else does option 4's person feel towards them? They want to come out of the cold and be with you. How's option 4's person feel towards them? They feel like, again, this energy of feeling depressed. This person feels depressed, almost like it's not worth the effort that they're giving up, or they don't know. Maybe their money is not good. Potentially, their money is not good. And how else does option 4's person feel towards them? How else does option 4's person feel towards them, please? They certainly feel imbalanced right now. There's a lot going on here. Okay, so the reason why I say they might want a second chance is we got the Judgment card. Judgment card's about a wake up. It's a wake up call, seeing the light, judging, weighing the pros and cons, and hoping for a second, third, fourth chance, whatever the case may be in this connection. Just really wanting things to wanting to make a choice here, wanting to have a rebirth. Yeah, so I feel like your person has had this moment of coming to God, so to speak. That's a saying about looking at the ugly, the bad, the good in a connection, and charting their course from there, starting over with more clarity and more maturity. not just doing, going along with the crowd or whatever, but doing what's in their heart to do, okay? And they feel that way towards you. They feel like they have to do, they have to face a decision regarding this connection. Um, and part of that decision making process is learning to become less judgmental of you and of themselves and more tolerant here. Um, could be vice versa, as always. Take what resonates. And I feel like this is related to this Two of Wands here, where there was perhaps a lack of clarity and communication. So this Two of Wands in reverse talks about being upfront and honest. Perhaps you were upfront and honest with this person and laid on the line what you needed them to do in this connection, and that was part of what, caused this wake up within them to become more tolerant, less judgmental. Um, or, they feel, they could be feeling this way, that this is what they need to do to be more upfront and honest with you, especially if the connection is rocky. There is a need to make adjustments, and part of that is weighing the pros and cons and being, mature about it. Especially if somebody's been too dependent or too detached in the past. So maybe there's a runner-chaser dynamic or something like that. An anxious avoidant dynamic, that sort of thing. With this Two of Wands and Judgment. But, nonetheless, there's delays and difficulties in this connection. And so it would be a surprise, I think. And it has come as a surprise to this person to realize, just what they have in you and how they feel about you. And that they really are considering making some changes that will prevent them from disappointing you again. Because they feel like they have been disappointed themselves, but disappointed you as well. And so they are making some changes here based on some sort of a wake-up call from the universe having to do with you. And it could be that, you gave up on this connection with the Seven of Wands in reverse, because it talks about it can talk about giving up on a relationship, feeling worn down by problems and not knowing how to settle your differences. Or it could be, if you didn't give up, this person is feeling worn down by problems, not knowing how to settle the differences. So maybe they've run away from you temporarily while they try to work on this, or work on themselves. Because we got the Chariot card underneath it, which can talk about going off, doing your own thing to work on self-development, not focusing on a relationship. And with these two side by side, it's giving up to do that. But for some of you, it is going to be that that you feel or felt worn down by this connection and problems, and didn't know how to settle the differences. And so, so somebody, potentially a Cancer, as that card represents Cancer, but it doesn't have to be. It could be in your chart, but again, doesn't have to be. Wrote away to do sort of work on themselves and do their own thing, get back in balance. Not that the passion went anywhere. This is still a very passionate card, but it does talk about, competition. You could have been worn down by competition. Like, as this person says, don't worry about my options, you're the only one I want. This card talks about competition. So if you gave up on this connection, or this person perceives that you have, it's because there was competition from other people, conflicts including other people, that prevented this connection from reaching its potential, or has up till now prevented it. But I feel like, Destiny is stepping in here with the two major arcana cards, Judgment and Chariot, to move things forward here, and just know, I feel like this person is up to the task of whatever needs to be done here for you guys to come together. That they're going to be able to keep up with whatever changes they need to make. But this has come as a result of spending some time in self-development, and perhaps apart from you as well, being detached from you in some way. because before it wasn't the right time for your romance. And so, if there's no separation that's occurred whatsoever, emotionally or physically, this card is just saying this person is needing to take control of their conflicting attitudes or feelings to bring about harmony in the connection. So part of them feels like giving up, if a part of them feels like giving up, then they need to come to terms with that in order to restore harmony in this connection. Because, this wake-up call occurred for them and for you too, possibly. And they're left seeing you in this very positive Nine of Pentacles energy, or saying that you're very earthy, down-to-earth person, feminine or masculine. You're someone that you don't need a relationship. You would like one, but you're pretty much fulfilled in yourself, and you're a lovely person, and you've reached a lot of your goals, and you're entering a time of feeling more secure because you are a hard worker. You have used your skills, and you have accomplished a lot with this card. They're proud of you. They feel proud of you, and you probably feel proud of you too, because you really embraced your accomplishments and your independence, and you're creating a life that you desire, and you are enjoying your success with or without this person, or you have the potential to. This is how this person feels towards you, that with you they could have comfort and pleasure in a relationship, that it would be secure. But I think they feel that you probably would be content to stay alone, again, that you wouldn't need them or any partner. But that, you're probably pretty abundant financially, or have that potential to be, and so this is helping you to be, a free person. And they want a second chance with you. They want to come to terms with you, some sort of terms or arrangements with you. Because they are, like I said before, they're depressed with this four of cups. And you can see the look on that card, the person's face on that card. They are not a happy camper, and there's the universe sitting there offering them something. Could have been you offering them something, some opportunity, and instead they just remained withdrawn and bored, or just lacking in inspiration, stagnating, right? Not communicating openly and honestly, not making necessary adjustments to a problematic situation, but just stagnating and being dissatisfied. And perhaps, not just with this connection, but with their life in general. And they just didn't feel, the incentive to make changes. And we're detached. Again, this is a card about detachment. Detached emotionally from people and situations. So, if they've withdrawn their affection and energy from the relationship, this is why. And it could be partially, for some of you, that this person and you got into a routine that sapped their enthusiasm, and they felt that they need to break away for that reason. That's not saying it's a good reason, but that could resonate for some. Maybe there was a sense of a relationship that was based more in security than in passion. Maybe that was something that was a problem between the two of you, or was a problem, or is a problem for this person, some sort of a conflict, because we see that they have a conflict within themselves that they're getting a handle on, and it has to do with money and passion. This is not dissimilar to the previous pile 3. So if this resonates, then maybe all or part of option 3 will resonate. So for those of you who are drawn to look at that, because money is an issue here, with the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So when it's upright, it talks about being in need, usually financially being in need, but also emotionally. Can mean emotionally being in need. But with it being in reverse, it's saying that your person is feeling like they're recovering from that they have persisted after some sort of problem or adversity, or that you have, that you've really reached down deep. Maybe you were having money problems before, and now you've come, turned things around. So take what resonates. Could be different for different people. Lots of people watch these videos, so different parts of the readings can, obviously can resonate or not resonate according to each person. But I feel like, very likely you've turned things around. You've reached deep down to your inner reserves to find, strength to carry on when times are tough. And now that, with this being in reverse, it says that the worst is over, and that you may be turning away from the material world and becoming more spiritual, or your person is. And if you did let go, excuse me, of this connection, or if they did, it was the desire to seek something better. But I'm really getting more so that this is about emerging from a difficult time in order to repair damage, and I feel like your person wants to do that. However, with that Eight of Pentacles in reverse, when it is upright, it's about determined effort. In reverse, it shows like feeling like working hard but not getting anywhere. So I feel like your person is depressed because they feel like you've had this success and was been able to turn around your circumstances, but they're still not able to do that. They feel like a hamster on a treadmill, running as fast as they can but not getting anywhere. And so this is a card about burnout, and this is why they're showing up like this, as those cards came out next to each other. So again, if you're experiencing delays with the progress of this connection, or obstacles or confusion, money is the reason why. Perhaps this person needs to develop their skills as well. But definitely there is this money or work problem that's wearing down your person. They feel worn down by, and that's interfering with this connection. And I really feel like it does, depression causes people to feel, insincere, can make them feel that they don't feel as strongly as they once did, things like that. Two additional cards that came out were this Knight of Wands in reverse. And my first instinct is to say that, this is a player card, but it's in reverse, that this person is not wanting to be a player anymore, right? There was competition in the past. They say don't worry about, their options, because they only want you. So that's going to resonate for the most of you. Now, for a couple of you, it could be, that this person is not the most reliable. You might want to check your social media, but whatever you see, any communication or messages from this person, be a little bit skeptical, because they could still be in a fickle or flirtatious energy. Make sure that they're trustworthy before you trust them, because they might not be as ready to settle down as they think they are. Not to say they never will be, but they might not be. But I definitely think you're going to have a new start, an offer from this person with this Ace of Pentacles, which is about something substantial, a serious offer. For those of you who are like really deeply involved with this person, it could indicate a proposal. But for those of you that this is a newer relationship or not as serious, it can simply be like a grounded, a practical offer. So I feel like I said, that this person is no longer wanting options, that they're wanting something serious for you, for the most of you. Okay, some of you might have met this person through work, but if not, it doesn't matter. It's saying that they're going to take a practical approach to this relationship, so they're serious when they make this offer. Okay, so take what scenario resonates with you, and thank you for tuning in. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell notification to receive notifications if you haven't already. And if you'd like a personal reading, the details on how to get one are in the description box below. If you'd like to comment, please do so. I don't always get to respond, but I do enjoy reading your comments, and I'll talk to you next time. Welcome, option 5. So how does your person feel for you? I went ahead and pulled a message from your person card and an archetype card to set the tone for the reading. And the message from your person is, I know you are my soulmate. Yeah, They know that you are their soulmate. Very, very positive. Beginning to your reading, option 5. And the next card, the archetype card that came out for you was Samaritan. So this is how your person feels towards you, that you're a Samaritan. Okay. Light attributes being refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. So you are someone who, yeah, you've heard the story, the Bible story of the Good Samaritan. You help those in need. That's you. This is how this person is seeing you. Okay? So let's get some tarot cards on this. Spirits, angels, and guides, please give us loving clarity and guidance. Clear and accurate answers for those who have chosen option 5. Regarding how their person feels for them. How does their love interest feel for them? How does their love interest feel for them? Okay. How does option 5's love interest feel for them? Up or down? Excuse me. How does option 5's love interest... Oh. Alright. They feel like they've seen the light, that they have judged the situation, or that you have judged the situation, and made some sort of a decision, or some decision that needs to be made that could potentially result in rebirth or rejuvenation in this connection. However, there is some lack of clarity here, and or someone might be expressing themselves a little too openly, if there is such a thing. Let's get some more information here. Okay, so someone wanting to take action after a period of depression or inaction. Your person wanting to take action. Your person wanting to come clean. They've seen the light. They want to tell you some things. How does option 5's person feel for them, please? For those who will choose option 5, how does their person feel? Any delays or hesitation regarding your connection as of yet has been due to some apathy or a missed opportunity. And I feel like, your person feels that you're very passionate and a very lovely person. Let's see. Let's get a couple more cards here. How does option 5's person feel for them? How does option 5 person feel for them? How does option 5's person feel for them? Okay, so we've got a judgment being made, particularly with regard to a fire sign or somebody with fire sign attributes. Something needing to be said, potentially to a water sign. Let me just get a clarification. Oh, that didn't help. Interesting. Okay, let's get started. So we did get the judgment card, which can talk about a decision that needs to be made. Someone, I feel like your person views you as somebody that has been awakened, that you have made a judgment call with regards to them, and so that there's now a decision or a choice that needs to be made in this relationship or connection. perhaps the need for another chance, or like I said earlier, a rejuvenation in the connection. It could be involving somebody that has a Pisces moon, but doesn't have to be with that High Priestess card. But the High Priestess in reverse is the opposite. Obviously, it can be said to be the opposite of the High Priestess upright. High Priestess upright is someone who keeps a lot to themselves. But when they're in reversed, it can be someone who, has a lot to say. So I feel like your person has a lot to say to you. I feel like they feel that there is unrealized potential in this connection that still needs to be discovered, that they've kept some things from you, perhaps have held back some secrets from you, kept their authentic self locked away, for whatever reason, and have been hesitant to look too deeply inside themselves. I feel like you've challenged them to look inside themselves, whether you realize that or not. And they don't want to do that. It could be that they're just hiding, who they really are out of fear of judgment. Okay? Fear of judgment, fear of disapproval. And that if they show you who they really are, you won't give them another chance. For those of you this person needs another chance from. So, I feel like, perhaps this person, feels like they are too introverted as a result of feeling afraid to be judged, and that they need to get out of themselves more. Could be that they are feeling that way towards you as well. Maybe you have that in common. Okay? But take what resonates, forget what doesn't. I'm reading for a lot of different people. Not every aspect of every reading can resonate with you, although, some aspects of the reading may. Yeah, I am getting, the fear of judgment, someone hiding something that needs to be revealed, or the refusal to engage fully in a connection. And sometimes, this card indicates loneliness due to withdrawing from close personal relationships. So this person doesn't only act that way with you, they act that way with everybody. This reserving, who they really are out of fear of judgment. But I feel like, that secret's going to come out with that card being in reverse. And it could not even be a secret. It's who they are. They're sometimes introverts are don't keep secrets, but they're except for their personality is a secret. It's like they have to trust you in order to show you their personality, and then once you get through those barriers, you realize this person is wild and like totally an extrovert, but you have to get past that barrier. You have to know the secret handshake, so to speak. You need to get in, and once you're in, then the secret is their personality. I'm almost, feeling guided to say that, like, this could resonate for someone. With this Four of Cups in reverse, it's more positive than when it's upright, because it shows that, this person feels that you have taken time for yourself, okay? And that, maybe they're seeing you engaging in a lot of activity, or that maybe you have engaged in a lot of activity, and as a result, you've needed to withdraw. Okay, because we've got two cards that talk about withdrawal here. Okay, so maybe this person could be feeling that you're the one that, keeps your personality secret. As I said, it could be both of you that are that way. But, take what resonates. So I feel like, if your connection has been intense, in an emotional way, that may have left you feeling left out. You've sort of just kind of taken to the bench, like taken a seat off to the side to just, be alone and regroup. Okay? I feel like, your person is reassessing. I do feel like this is strongly more towards your person reassessing a relationship that's lost its luster here. And it could be for the reasons that I already said. And maybe they're needing to take some time if they're coming out of another connection to not, to be alone, take some time to be alone and not rush into anything without thinking. Or maybe they're viewing you this way. So if you or them have recently ended a relationship, you're taking time, before getting romantically involved again. And if there has been a disconnect in this connection, or there have been issues in past connections. It could be because of this ten of cups in reverse. So just like not seeing things the same way, being in disharmony, feeling disappointed. Perhaps one of you or both of you were married or lived together, and you didn't agree on a lot of the way that household should be ran. Or it just simply didn't turn out the way that you expected. And it could be that, family pressures put pressure on your relationship. Somebody was being too materialistic and not caring enough about like the romance and the love, but more about on what you had. Um, could also unfortunately indicate like the loss of a child or a child leaving home that puts pressure on a connection. But you know, in general, for most of you, it's just about not sharing the same values or having different ideas about family life, and maybe not getting along with in-laws or having kids from a former relationship that caused problems. So that could be, the reason for your person needing to take some time alone to regroup before entering into anything new. But they do think that you are their everything here with this Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So I feel like, part of you is, more extroverted, more fiery, more passionate, um, more assertive and vocal about what you want, even a bit judgmental. As that card came out connected with the Judgment card. Okay. And the Judgment card in relationships does talk about, becoming more tolerant and less judgmental, um, becoming more self realized, and sort of just doing your own thing, not feeling compelled to dance to anybody else's tune. And the fire sign queen is especially independent, so that would really, describe that aspect of your personality. And I do feel that this is one person here, not two people. I asked the cards, it said that this is one person here. So this is how your person is feeling you, you're a dynamic person that, but you are facing a decision about this connection. And, um, but I feel like your person has confidence that you'll do what's right for you. But also there's this side of you that can be a little bit more introverted, a little bit more secretive. Um, it might be that you have fire and water in your chart, but it doesn't have to be. And so, because that Queen of Cups represents water sign, and she's very fertile, strong in her emotions, changeable and intuitive. And so I feel like your person does have very strong feelings for you and views you as somebody that has strong feelings, that you're very creative and nurturing, and a mother figure as well. But that you are sometimes, ruled by your heart and not your head, and that you can be a bit moody or changeable at times. And they feel that you are very romantic, very emotional, very sensual, very passionate, that you are someone who has lavished them with love, that you can sometimes, trust people too easily, though. And, perhaps that's why you've gone within and withdrawn, if that part of the reading resonated more with you. Keeping to yourself as a result of maybe having trusted the wrong person, perhaps this person in the past. And so, you're learning or have learned to be a bit more discriminating in who you place your trust in, who you confide in. Because I think you found out the hard way that not doing that, is punishing, in the sense that you end up in a situation that is, disappointing. Um, So with that Six of Coins in reverse, I feel like, there has been an unequal give and take in this connection. Um, and I think you've grown stronger and wiser because of that. And perhaps, someone has been unfair with you in some way, or with regards to finances, as this is a Pentacles card, but doesn't have to be finances. It could be that, someone has taken advantage of your good nature. As we see, you're a good Samaritan. This is how your person's viewing you, and that's how they feel about you. So I think this person feels that there has been an inequality and imbalance of power in this connection, and that, as a result, your needs were not met. And I feel like they feel like their needs were not met in some sense as a result as well. Um, because of the lack of focusing on give and take in the connection, where you should have both been supporting and encouraging each other equally. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case with that six of Pentacles. And then in reverse, and we also have the Hierophant card in reverse. The Hierophant is Taurus energy, could be in somebody's chart, doesn't have to be, but could indicate, sort of the traits of the person this might be representing. Um, if it's not representing a person, it's representing assessing a position here. I feel like this person is assessing, their behavior and how they contributed to the imbalance in this connection. I feel like part of that is maybe they felt entitled to treat you that way. I'm getting, for those of you that your person is a masculine, that there's sort of this traditional or religious belief, ideological belief, or cultural belief that they could, just take more than they were giving, and that it was the woman's place to give more than she got, sort of thing. And I think they're waking up from that. I feel guided to say that will resonate with one or two of you, maybe more. So I feel like, as a result of how things have gone between the two of you, their faith has really been challenged, and they've reevaluated things that they've taken for granted up until now, in order to be their own person. And maybe you've done that as well. I feel like your person has grown much stronger as a result of this. Whereas they might have felt trapped by their ideals or their religion or their expectations, their family, whatever. Um, and they felt sort of entitled to hold more of the power in this connection, be like my way or the highway, or very judgmental. I feel that they are learning from that, because it resulted in this inequality in the connection that has caused huge disappointments in your potential as a couple. But the good news is that you've both become, stronger. I see this person is taming their ego, that side of them that felt entitled is the Lion, and I'm seeing the viewer as being the woman or the gentle person there. Often is said to be the Empress, who is very nurturing but also authoritative. I think your person's realizing that your strength is your weakness, in a sense, where they might have saw your softness or femininity. A man can be feminine as well, as a weakness. Um, they are growing to realize that really it is your strength. Um, it is your mature, like, feminine power. It is your authority, and your capacity for being supportive and nurturing is really a strength that they value now, as they realize that, you were able to tame that side of them, that beastly side of them, that was just sort of like based in like basic instincts, so that they've now developed more courage and fortitude, sort of, be more like you, march to the beat of their own drummer, listen to their intuition, know that that is not weak to do that. To conquer their animal nature, not by being really forceful, but by being gentle. And I feel like they see you and view you as someone that has done that, that you're very strong, that you are both that fire sign queen and that water sign queen, that you are in harmony with your instinctive side. And I feel like they admire that. And I think this card is saying that your person feels like being patient and gentle with you going forward, to forge a stronger relationship. That is, if you're willing to give them a second chance, if a second chance is needed. They definitely want to be patient now, whereas in the past they might not have been. Be more gentle, okay, to make the relationship or connection stronger. So that's what I'm getting, option 5. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you liked that reading. And if you did, please let me know in the comments section below. I don't always get to respond to comments, but I do like to read them. Also, hit the like button if you haven't already, and if you'd like to subscribe, please do so. That does help to support the channel. And if you'd like a personal reading, details on how to get one are in the description box below. Thanks for watching.